Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Today we will be continuing our investigation of stimulus and response. So just to remind you, these are the two teaks that we are looking at, how organisms respond to external stimuli, things happening outside of their body, and how organisms respond to internal stimulus, meaning things happening inside of their body. And I want to remind you, when I'm using the word stimulus and response, it's the same as cause and effect. So in our unit vocabulary, we started filling in some words. The first two that we did were internal and external, and they mean inside and outside. Okay, so the next word, I've been using it, but let's go ahead and define it, is stimulus. But first I want to point out our cute little garbanzo cartoon here, because those are the type of seeds we're going to be looking at. So the word stimulus, what does that mean? So our simple definition is anything that makes an organism, which can be a plant or an animal, so anything that makes a plant or an animal or part of that organism react in some way. Okay, so anything that causes something to happen is a stimulus. The second word we need to know is response. And the response is how an organism reacts to that stimulus. That is a response, and you also know it from ELA as the effect. There was a cause, what did it affect? Cause and effect. So let's look at a couple of examples. So this is how an animal's body reacts to an external stimuli. So it's a hot summer day, and you decide to take a walk in the desert. Maybe not a wise choice, but you're visiting Saudi Arabia and you decide, I want to walk in the desert. So how does your body respond to those external stimulus? And so we have a couple of things. We have the sun, the temperature of the air, maybe there's some humidity. So all these things are happening outside of your body, but how does your body respond to that? Well, you are going to start to melt like this guy. You're going to sweat. You're going to pant. Your body's going to be begging you for water because these outside forces have acted upon your body and your body reacts to it. Just like yesterday, we talked about when you exercise inside your body, it gets really hot, it gets dry because you're sweating, and your body, your brain says, you're thirsty. The same thing happens when something on the outside of your body acts upon it. Says, how does a plant's body react to external stimuli? So a potted plant, it's knocked over on its side. So I'm sure you remember from elementary knowing that plants grow up because they want to be able to face the sun. So if a plant is knocked over, this is an external thing working on them. Someone's kicked them over. What are they going to do? They're still going to try to go towards the sun. So if it means that the stem has got to take a bend there to do that, then it will do it. So let's look at some notes having to do with both internal and external stimulus. So just to remind you, a stimulus is the cause, the response is the effect. So if, and in this case, examples a plant, if it's very hot, if it's losing lots of water, what is the plant going to do? It's going to wilt. It's going to bend over like that. Why? Because the loss of turgor pressure, and we'll cover the turgor pressure again in just a moment. In humans, if you exercise, it's going to cause your body to sweat and to get thirsty as well. If you have an illness of some kind, How's your body gonna react? Well, your body's gonna try to do whatever it can to save you. So it may jack up your body temperature. If that virus or that bacteria infected your body at 98.6, which is the average temperature of humans, then if your body can bring it up to 104, it may be able to kill it, because that virus or that bacteria only lives at about 98 degrees. Your body may make you vomit to try to get out whatever it is it feels may make you ill, or it may try to run it through your intestinal tract as quickly as possible by giving you diarrhea, or it could give you all of that. But vomiting and diarrhea is your body's attempt to save your life, to get whatever it is that may make you ill or even kill you. So these are the things that are happening inside of your body that cause something to happen. External stimuli, we're going to see in plants, is what we call the word tropism. And usually that word is only applied to plants. And we could see the example of what we just talked about, where plants grow towards the light. So the light is somewhere else and not just upright. Well, the plant will go towards it. And we're going to talk about tropism in just a moment. And in animals, we have fight, flight, and freeze. So there's something going on, an alien is coming at you. You, as an animal, are going to make the choice if you're either going to stand your ground and fight the alien, you're going to run from the alien, or in some cases, some people just freeze. They're so paralyzed by fear that they just freeze in place. And we'll talk a little bit more about that as well. So this is the end of our notes today. And your assignment today is do not leave Schoology until you go into the graded discussion. And then you have the stimulus and response day 1 that you need to complete. A reminder, missing work is due by Friday. And let me go ahead and go into that assignment you have today. It's here, stimulus day 1. It'll be in your, and you can see that there's just some matching that you're going to be doing. It's giving you an effect or a stimulus happening to an organism. In this case, most of them look like humans, and you're going to match it with the proper response of what was the cause. Alrighty, take care of that quick and fast, and you'll be all done. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.